Daily Horoscope. Weekend of July 29-30, 2017. Aries horoscopes. Breathe in, breathe out. Saturday's opposition between the Moon and impulsive Uranus in your sign makes you impatient with people's immature and capricious behavior. While your reflex might be to read someone the riot act, pause before you go off. People could be oblivious to the fact that they're offending or annoying you. Once you stop taking their behavior personally, you'll see a whole array of options for dealing with this creatively. Don't hate, innovate. Sunday's sultry quarter moon in Scorpio will awaken your slumbering libido, but could also provoke the green-eyed monster. Opt for balance instead of extremes. If you can't stop fantasizing about a certain someone, that's fine, Aries. But it's also best that you don't act on those urges when you're feeling so keyed up. Coupled Rams could get fixated on an argument that still feels unresolved. Blow off some steam with a vigorous workout and have brunch with a friend who will let you obsess out loud. But don't send a text when you're feeling so emotional, or you're bound to come on too strong. Taurus horoscopes. Change is not one of your favorite things, Taurus, but Saturday's stars remind you that rituals and routines can keep your feet planted on terra firma. You don't need to turn your world upside down to do so either. Try a soothing cup of herbal tea in the afternoon, 10 minutes of meditation in morning, writing in your journal before going to sleep. Carrying a memento can also be grounding, be it a necklace from your grandmother or a favorite family photo in your wallet. On Sunday, you could finally feel centered in a partnership. With the balancing quarter moon in your house of dynamic duos, you may realize that you haven't been vocalizing your needs. People aren't mind readers, so if you need some words of affirmation or a ride from the airport, just ask. It can be helpful to know where you stand with people, even if it feels a little embarrassing to ask. The peace of mind is worth the risk to your pride. Have you been taking a solid supporter for granted? Don't wait until their abandonment issues flare. Make it up to them before the weekend is through. Gemini horoscopes. Beware getting swept up in other people's dramas, Gemini. Under Saturday's stars you could default to playing mediator or trying to make everyone happy. Take more of a leadership role and wrangle this group back into shape. Your vision is sound, so remind everyone of the inspiring principles that brought you together in the first place. And if your diplomatic efforts fail to motivate people to action, just fly solo for now. Devote Sunday to self-care as the quarter moon in Scorpio energizes your wellness zone. You don't have to train for a marathon or work out 5 days a week to get fit, you probably don't have time for that now anyway. Try HIIT, high-intensity interval training workouts, and just make a point of bringing more movement into your days. Planning is key when it comes to a healthy diet, so make a grocery list and restock your fridge before the weekend is through. Be sure to include enough grab-and-go goodies like summer fruit, Greek yogurt and raw granola. Cancer horoscopes. Chaos alert. Keeping your emotions in check could prove challenging this Saturday as the moon opposes frenetic Uranus and throws your plans into a bit of a tailspin. This complicated situation is not a job for one, Cancer. Consult a level-headed friend or call a mentor to help you make sense of what's really going on. A calm, experienced person can also help you keep things in perspective, and not take them to heart. Cupid comes a-calling on Sunday, thanks to the quarter moon in Scorpio and your 5th house of love. But he might not sling the most obvious arrows this time. Don't get hung up on the flashiest peacock in the room. Your love connection could be someone a little more low-key. Good news, basic on the surface doesn't mean boring in the bedroom. If you're in a relationship, get out for a day at the beach or a glamorous brunch date. The couple that plays together, stays together. Leo horoscopes. Planning ahead is all well and good, as long as you're prepared to change course without notice. 2. At Saturday's face-off of the Moon and unpredictable Uranus, you need to stay on your toes and navigate whatever challenge gets thrown your way. While it's no fun to have your plans foiled, see this as a chance to show off your creativity and innovative ideas. Roll with the punches, and your leadership skills could shine. Get grounded at your lion's den on Sunday when the quarter moon in Scorpio nests in your domestic 4th house. Scrub the tub, restock the fridge and pay all those bills. If you've been spending too much time at Chateau Leo, however, make sure to get out and about. Some girlfriend time will be restorative, just keep plans chill and flexible. Brunch, shopping, meandering through a museum or flea market? Yes, please. Virgo horoscopes. Saturday's cosmic clash between the Moon and unpredictable Uranus could churn up some high-octane emotions, anxiety, fear, jealousy. All this intensity could find you bolting for the nearest exit, or on the verge of losing your temper. Avoid such breakdowns by eliminating as many stressors from your day as possible. Don't weather this alone either. Reach out to calm people who can help you restore perspective, not the crisis junkies who thrive on drama. If you find that your friend list could use a refresh, you're in luck. Sunday's quarter moon in your social 3rd house brings some quality candidates your way. No need to rush into Insta-BFF mode, even if you're feeling that strong of a click. Pace these interactions and let them evolve organically. And if you haven't been vibing with an old pal, take a little space this weekend before things get tense and claustrophobic. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Libra horoscopes. Brace yourself. Someone in your world could deliver some harsh feedback this Saturday. With the Moon opposing volatile Uranus, expect your ideas and plans to be called into question. Sure, this person could work on a softer delivery, but are their concerns worth considering? Ditch the defensive stance and take a more collaborative approach. Take the best and leave the rest when it comes to this person's advice. If your emotions are running too high, put the conversation on pause and pick it up tomorrow. Compromise is possible, but only when you're clear-headed. Sunday's quarter moon in your income zone helps you balance your budget. You love your lavish treasures, but they're hard to enjoy when you're stressing over how to pay the bills. Make sure you're setting aside enough to cover necessities and take the thinking out of it, Libra. Tally up your monthly expenses, car note, internet, groceries, then auto-transfer funds into a savings account each week. That way, you won't blow rent on that semi-annual lingerie sale. Scorpio horoscopes. Tap into the power of surrender, Scorpio. As the Moon opposes unpredictable Uranus on Saturday, your attempts at control are futile. Instead of trying to force a certain outcome, just let go and see what happens. You'll get a lot more insight if you step back and observe, and you'll be able to see others for who they really are. You could be impressed with how someone steps up, which will strengthen your trust and solidify the bond. Sunday's quarter moon in Scorpio helps you regain balance in your personal life. Have you had enough me time lately? Loyal soul that you are, you may have been giving till it hurts. but that can breed resentment and put a rift in your important bonds. Find a happy medium. It's okay to say no or cancel plans sometimes, just because you want some time to yourself. On the flip side, don't veer too far into lone wolf mode. Sagittarius horoscopes. Don't place all your eggs in a single basket this Saturday. You may be the zodiac's gambler, but this particular situation could prove more unstable than you originally thought. Check out what other options exist, and get a plan B in place. Once you see you've got a plethora of alternatives to choose from, you'll breathe that much easier. Sunday's quarter moon helps you stabilize your support network. Does it feel like you're always there for others but few people have your back? That may have something to do with your independent spirit. You're so capable that it's possible that people just don't realize you need anything. Instead of expecting them to read your mind and return the favor, make direct requests. These moonbeams could reveal a mentor figure, therapist or coach who can Sherpa you along your path. Ask your powerful friends for recommendations. No one makes it to the top alone. Capricorn horoscopes. Home doesn't feel like much of a haven this Saturday, thanks to a face-off between the emo moon and erratic Uranus. If your work has been all-consuming lately, a close friend or relative could feel hurt and sidelined. But maybe they just don't understand how busy you are, especially if you've been silently and thanklessly making their lives easier. Don't be afraid to remind them how much they've benefited from your long hours at the office. That said, if you've been remiss in spending quality time, a spontaneous dinner or an evening of bonding could rekindle the good vibes. Sunday's quarter moon in your communal 11th house calls for a group hang. Gather 3 to 4 people, just enough to squeeze into a single car, and go exploring. If you've been drifting apart from your go-to crew, don't force the bonding. Instead, use Sunday as an opportunity to forge new friendships with people who share your current interests. Aquarius horoscopes. Don't operate on assumptions, Aquarius. Under Saturday's tricky face-off between the moon and volatile Uranus, it's important that you get all the details up front. People might not be completely forthcoming, which will get you into trouble down the road. Play it safe and get everything in writing. It doesn't need to be a formal contract. Even an email will do. Take extra care with your own words and keep the sarcasm to a minimum. One of your off-the-cuff comments could mislead someone, or even hurt their feelings. On Sunday, an ambitious project is calling your name. But a balanced quarter moon in your career zone cautions against diving right in. Take time to spec it out, making sure that the plan is manageable and cost-effective, but also challenging enough to inspire you. Pisces horoscopes. Money could get funny this Saturday, as the moon faces off with unpredictable Uranus in your financial houses. Be on the lookout for hidden costs before pulling out your wallet. If you don't do your homework, you could get wooed into a shady deal. Read the fine print when it comes to a product's return and exchange policy. Before agreeing to any business partnerships, make sure you're crystal clear on the expectations. Be prudent, and get it in black and white. Sunday's quarter moon in your active, outdoorsy 9th house reminds you that the best things in life are free. The wide open skies are the perfect backdrop for philosophical conversations. Instead of autopiloting to your favorite brunch spot, bike to a scenic spot and catch up with a friend over a picnic lunch. A weekend getaway could do wonders to refresh your perspective. You can do it budget style by sleeping on a friend's couch or even going camping.